everybody. Okay, so I want to try something different, and that is to go in with no ammunition, nothing that I wrote in advance to kind of just fly off of. I kind of want to just try to take a leap off the ledge and see where that can go. And so I know one thing that kind of drove me to want to do this video, one topic that I had in mind was being able to stand up for yourself in all the many facets and circumstances and situations in life that needs to happen, and I guess kind of knowing when and how to. So I know I talk a lot to you guys about this seed of love, that even though it's for yourself, it's still something that you have to be able to kind of reach out, but reach in for also to be able to take and plant it inside of you. And so a lot of the times whenever we're put into certain situations that make us feel comfortable, I've said this before, it's that love for yourself that will make you feel uncomfortable whenever you're in situations that don't match that love that you have for yourself, right? So a lot of the times, if we're not in the best of place whenever we're put into those certain situations, I feel like it could either A, trigger your ego to where you're just kind of blah, 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 about it, you know what I mean? And just kind of, you can kind of respond to a crappy situation in a crappy way and kind of just match somebody else's ego with their own, right? Because it's if we're not functioning out of love, you know what I mean? We're kind of functioning out of our ego. It's somebody, first of all, nobody can really make you feel anything that's not already inside of you. So it's if you're going about your day to day and it's you're walking down the street and you just see, I don't know, say you see a female who is just so pretty, and you automatically just something in your head, you know what I mean, tells you oh, she's snobby or she's bratty, or you're just looking to find something to pick that person apart that makes them lesser than the way that you genuinely just saw them and thought that they were pretty. You know what I mean? So that a lot of the times, people can hit our egos like that, versus stroking and kind of petting that love. You know what I mean? So it's instead of you being able to just recognize somebody who you opinionatedly believe is pretty, you find ways to talk yourself out of that projection of love, and you can kind of let your ego come into play and try to find a way to pick that person apart and cut them down to size to where they don't seem like they're that much higher than you, whether it's the way that they look, the way that they act, I don't know, what are ways that we judge others, the way that they dress, how they present themselves, how they speak, what they have, the kind of car they drive, the kind of purse they're carrying, the kind of shoes a guy is wearing, the ways that he is or isn't swagged out. You know what I mean? There's so many different ways that we can be egoic and judge somebody versus just coming from a place of love and light and just accepting them for the pretty that they are, or for the nice demeanor that they carry themselves in, or the nice way that they take an extra few minutes in the morning to put themselves together well, or the way that they choose to just be relaxed and comfortable that day and not put themselves together what you would consider that well. You know what I mean? Because it's what does somebody, why is it that the way that somebody else presents themselves or speaks or just is, why is it that should be something that we take offense to, right? So it goes back to that seed of love that you plant for yourself, as within, so without. So it's like if you're loving yourself and you're nourishing yourself and you're feeling good about yourself and you understand what you are and what you have to offer the world, you won't walk around having your ego kind of, not stroked, but I guess poked at all the time, and it kind of helps you in that love for yourself. It helps you understand your place in the world and to be able to find comfort in that versus intimidation or jealousy or envy or hatred or um, prejudice or just all of those negative things that we at the end of the day know that aren't healthy and aren't positive, light feeling ways of living, because it's like jealousy is heavy, you guys. Hatred is a very heavy feeling and emotion and energy vibration, however you want to break that down and tie it to you. But it's like all of those things are heavy. It doesn't feel good to view yourself in a manner to where you don't think that you're good enough, so you're intimidated by others or you're jealous of others and envious of others or feel hateful towards others. So it's just kind of like the love that you have and can harbor and water and grow inside of yourself and just let bloom and blossom and enable yourself with that. It's such a power, you guys. It is such a peaceful, light, warm feeling to be able to just accept somebody for exactly who and how they are. And not only that, but in turn from that means that you can accept yourself for who and how you are as well, as within, so without. And that's why I keep telling everybody it all starts with you guys. And it's okay that we have flaws and that we're learning and that we are humans in this life experience. We are meant to make mistakes to be able to learn from them and not have to stick ourselves into cycles and spin on that hamster wheel. Sometimes some people need to make 5 laps around. Some people only have to make 1. Some people will have to spin that wheel 100 times before they decide, okay, if I keep going in this, circular motion, it's not leading me anywhere, so I think I can get off of this now. And so it's like all experiences in life are like that, and everybody learns and grows on their own time. And the world was here long before us, you guys, and it is going to be here long after us, and we never have to live in that mannerism of rush and it's crunch time and just that I have to now, it's yes, we do have to, but you are allowed to learn things in your own time to make sure that you are getting the full lesson, the full experience, each experience and each moment life has to offer you, that life is presenting you with. And so it's okay to fail. It's okay to try and fail. It's okay to try and fail 50 times before you try and succeed. It's okay to try and fail 5 times before you try and succeed. It's okay to do it 100 times. As long as you have it in you to be able to succeed. We were never meant to just keep living our lives stuck on a loop. And that's why we have so many people that go about their days doing the same thing and being the same way and acting in mannerisms that were taught or shown or nothing of what they feel and have embodied from their own experiences and how they know better or how they don't. We are all being led to where we need to be. So we're kind of just deciding if we want a 1 mile, if we want a mile away destination to take us a minute to get there, or if we want it to take us an hour to get there, or a day to get there, or a month to get there, or a year. And it all starts with you, and you just have to decide how important your time is, how eager you are to grow and to go to the next phase of life, and to be able to put yourself in line to where you can go and climb that next mountain and successfully trail through that next path to be able to get to that next destination. So it's just, life has so much to offer you guys, and I can't sit here and say that I don't feel rushed to hurry up and just make it there. That way I can just absorb to its entirety, and just soak up everything that's next, because I'm just so excited for everything that I'm learning in the current phase that I'm in. And you get to this comfort level and this joy level and this hunger level to where you're like, I want to keep going. I like where I'm going. I like the things that I'm seeing as I'm walking down this path. And I know that things are only going to get better, get brighter, get lighter, get happier. So it's like we're just living our own lives and paving our own way, and being given the opportunity to take our time. And life is really beautiful. And I say that, I'm sorry you guys, I'm getting over being a little sick, but I can't say it enough. Life is so beautiful. Hold on, I just want to share this with you guys. It's like every minute of every day we are here. It is such a gift. And it's so, if we can just take the time to see all the things that we already have around us, and all the knowledge that we have from lessons that we've already been through and completed successfully, and to make sure that we're taking into account that we have completed that, and that we are allowed to embody that, all the new knowledge that we were able to gain from that last lesson, that last mountain climb, that last, endeavor. And it is the feeling of it. It's a fullness. But getting back to what I was saying, you guys, I keep finding like these little situations in life, and I'm just like, should I stand up for myself? Should I say what I know? Should I I think the thing that I'm honestly asking myself, or not even asking, but telling myself whenever I'm put into certain situations that I've already been able to complete the lesson for that, so I already have that ammunition, that credit in my account, you know what I mean? And so I think sometimes what I'll stop and tell myself, I think sometimes what I'll stop and tell myself when I'm questioning myself is, you would be a fool to act like you don't already know this, or you would be a fool to act like you haven't already learned this, or you haven't already completed this and know how it's going to happen, or you would be a fool to act like you don't know what you're supposed to do in this situation, So we always want to, and that just comes back and correlates back into that self-awareness, and even in situations where we're not sure, it comes back to that, the ability to be able to see an error, or whatever you would consider a flaw, or anything along those lines in yourself. The ability to recognize that something is wrong is also the same ability to fix it, because we can't we can't fix something if we're not willing to admit that it's broken, right? So it all comes back to that as well. And so I just want to make a point that if you're ever put into situations that aren't matching what you feed yourself and aren't matching where you're at in your life's path and doesn't match all the things that you've already completed and doesn't match all of the credits that you already have in your account, it is okay, perfectly okay, to stand up for yourself and to let that be known. And of course, we want to take other people's feelings into consideration, right? But it's like at the same time, we have to make sure that in standing up for ourselves, sometimes we're also not. I mean, I guess not that we want to make sure, but I guess we want to be able to understand that sometimes whenever we're given situations or circumstances that we do need to stand up for ourselves, sometimes we're actually putting ourselves in a position to where we can also be leading by example, because we are all doing the best we can in each moment of life with the information that we have at that time. And so sometimes if someone's putting you in a position or a feeling or an emotion or just something that you don't vibe with or doesn't feel good to you, or like I said, isn't matching where you're at or that level of love or respect or care or regard that you have for yourself, it's okay to lead by example. Some people, not everybody knows as much as you do, and not everybody has been through what you've been through. And we can only meet people where we've been, so sometimes we can help trigger that in others. That hey, like going without being said, we can be bringing light and awareness to something that someone might be lacking. And it's really easy sometimes to get off focus of working on ourselves, because it's easier to tell somebody what's wrong with them, right? It's easier to evaluate somebody else and tell them everything about them that's wrong with them than it is to be able to face ourselves and evaluate ourselves and to not only know, but then to understand what's wrong with us, because that would mean that there's obviously self-work that we have to do, right? And that would obviously mean that we would have to admit to ourselves that we may not be as big as we thought we were, or we may not handle things as good as we thought we did. And it's okay to check ourselves. And I did not pay to park, you guys, so I'm about to move my car. Guess what I did, you guys? So I got out of my car in like an obvious hurry, and I shut my trunk, and guess what? My car was running, and guess what else? It was also locked. So I just spent like 20 minutes. I had like a nice Uber Lyft driver who was actually on a road trip across America, coming from Florida, actually on his way back home now to Colorado. So thank you again, good sir, for stopping and helping me. Who actually had a coat hanger and was like going at my car window with me for like 15 minutes, 20 minutes trying to get it open. And so I'm just like, I really feel it in me that this is going to happen. Like, we are going to get inside this car. And then all of a sudden, this other man, like, walks up. And we're, like, 20 minutes into this elbow grease. And then all of a sudden, this other man, like, walks up with a door wedge and a thick, I don't even know what it was, but it was, like, a coat hanger times, like, 20. And he just, like, comes up. It literally put the wedge in the side of my door. Wow, am I, like, teaching somebody how to, like, anyways. Puts the wedge in the side of my door, pushes it a couple times, literally just like this, takes that rod he had and just rolls my window down. And literally it took him 2 minutes. And I'm not judging anybody, you guys. He works with cars at like a car dealership, and so I mean he just has like general knowledge of cars, you know. And I feel so thankful and so happy, and I just like could not get over myself. I'm like, Lauren, this is totally something you would do. So it's like I couldn't even be mad at me, you know, because it's me. And so this just goes back to like what I'm saying, like whenever we're put in certain situations, like I could have easily just gotten so upset and like just kicked the dirt, you know. And wow, that kind of makes me think of like kick the bucket. But anyways, no. I could have got upset and I could have got huffy and puffy about it, and I could have acted like the world was over, or I could have been proactive and just been, you know, just anyways, good things come to good people, as within so without. And it's life is beautiful, you guys, and I'm thankful. I'm like safe and warm in my car now. I had a funny experience like in between something else to talk about, another, you know, experience under the belt, although I can't say that that was the first time that I've like locked my keys inside of my car, but it's like the first time I've done it in this car that I've had. So, which was definitely not easy to get into this guy. I was even like saying like Ford, like, wow, like good job, you know. But yeah, man, these windows, these are not meant for coat hangers. You gotta step your game up in 2020. Coat hangers don't work anymore, you guys. um, Literally everything is evolving. Even something that, you know what I mean. Even something that small. But yeah, let me share some ocean views with you guys. What about some ocean views and some tunes? But anyways, I just don't get mad, get glad, y'all. You know, I feel like so many people that would have like upset, but like you don't deserve to be upset over things so small. You deserve to laugh about it when bad things happen. You deserve to be in a place to where you feel like that is your first emotion, is to laugh about it when small, silly things happen. Life happens every minute of every day, guys, and it all starts with you. It will always be about the perspective that you choose to have, the way that you choose to handle things, the way that you choose to react to things that happen in the world, things that happen to you, around you, for you, from you. You know, it is your choice. Your life and how you feel and how you handle it is your choice. And so I just want to say again, I love you guys. Love yourself enough to respect yourself, to stand up for yourself, to embody everything that you are, and to know what's in your account, to appreciate all the credits that you have, all the lessons that you've been through, everything that you've learned, everything that's hurt, everything that's felt good, everything that's made you sad, everything. Learn to appreciate it, because it made you every single piece of who you are. And who you are is important. And so I love you guys. Bye.